Satnam, and welcome to this 5 days Kundalini challenge. I'm Surya Sipchot, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy to guide you through this journey. So Kundalini Yoga is very specific. It's very different than any other forms of yoga, and the gem of the practice is to combining the different elements of the practice, like the asana, the body postures, the breathing, the mantras, the mudras, the bandhas. And this makes the practice very effective and powerful. So it is said that when you practice Hatha Yoga, it is like taking a train, powerful, beautiful practice. But when you practice Kundalini Yoga, it is like taking an airplane, or rather a sky rocket. So it takes you very quickly into your destination and it gives you immediate results. So in this 5 days challenge, we will focus on the 5 layers of yourself, which are the breath, the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. And today we will start with the breath. And why we start with the breath is because the breath is such a fundamental tool in Kundalini Yoga to create bridges from this physical realm that we can see with the visible eye to those more subtle and nuanced and invisible realms. So humans have the tendency to ignore the breath or take the breath for granted. And Kundalini Yoga is breaking this habit by creating broader terms for the breath. So it is not just the physical breath or the respiration, but it is the prana, the life force that we want to unlock, the powerful force inside you. So prana is the same force that makes the earth to rotate around its axis. So it makes the life to happen. So if you do not have enough prana in your body, in your system, then it easily leads into fatigueness, into lack of inspiration, lack of purpose, lack of joy. But when we start to unlock the pranic body, and when the life force is circulating inside us, we become more fully alive. We start really blossoming from within. We start shining from within with that full potential that has been gifted to us. So when we control the breath, we actually learn how to control our lives, how to control your behavior, how to control your mind, your thoughts, the words you speak, how to control your emotions. And then it is much more easier to tap into that inspiration to move gracefully forward in this life, to move gracefully forward in your relationships, in your career, in your family life, to have wealth, to have health. And when we unlock the prana, it's really about not just being alive, but becoming radiant, thriving with that inspiration and connection and that feeling of belonging. So let's start today's practice by coming into a cross-legged position. If you have a cushion, it would be nice to pop it under the buttocks so that you can get your hips slightly elevated and so that your spine is always tall and the shoulders drop back. If sitting in cross-legged position is not comfortable for you, you can always do this by sitting on a chair even. As long as you have your spine tall, we're doing it and we get the benefits out of it. I'm here with my friends Lior and Grace, and I'm super grateful to have them here to demonstrate with you and to practice with you and to becoming your inspiration to practice. And we always tune in with the mantra. So the mantra is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And the mantra is really just about recreating the vibration, to create that vibration that is helping you to find that connection, clarify yourself, and the cellular level clarification is really bringing you that vastness accessible for you, so that we can tap into our practice from that unity state, from that state of purity and clarity. So Om Namo Gurudev Namo means that I bow to that infinite creative consciousness that lies within myself. So let's come into a position. You can place your hands in prayer in front of the chest. Gently press the knuckles of the thumbs into the sternum. Let the back of the neck to elongate. Close the eyes and connect into that vastness that you are. Let's take a deep, full breath in and exhaling all the air out, letting it flow out through the belly. Taking another deep, big inhalation as the lungs are expanding to the fullest, 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 and exhaling this out. And beginning to tune in with the next inhalation. Take a deep, full, conscious breath in and seal it in for a moment. Seal the vibration deep within. And exhale, let it circulate. Release the breath, release the hands on your knees. And we start today's practice by waking up the spine. So the spine is really the gateway that we want to open up. And we will place our hands in the shins. We will start with spinal flexes. So always we create the rhythm here. So we follow that rhythm, and in that rhythm, we eventually learn how to disappear. So that the rhythm is only thing that remains. And the mantra Sat Nam, which means that truth is my identity, is following and found from inside your breath. As you mentally vibrate the mantra and you allow that cluttered mind to slowly give up into the vastness that you are. So the hands on the shins, we will start inhaling as we push the heart forward. Chin is at the level with the floor. We exhale as we round the back. And we find a rapid rhythm here. So let's begin inhaling to the front, exhaling to the back. The breath is always powerful, so exaggerate your breath. Make any noise that is accessible for you through your breath and listen to that sound of the breath. When you're familiar with the movement, then close the eyes and roll the eyes to the third eye center, like you're looking through the eyebrows. And keeping that gaze steady there. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Finding that Sat Nam deep inside your precious breath that is filling you with that prana right now, right here. Stay with it. Find a steady rhythm that you can stick with. Stay with the rhythm. Stay with the conscious repetition of mantra and let it wash everything inside you. Let it declutter your system. Let it wake up that radiance. Keep going. Repetitive. The motion is inviting the life through the breath. Satnam is reminding the essence that is already in that state of truth. Stay with it. Find a dedicated connection, meditative, mind a little bit longer. Take the fullest deep breath in. Find a pause. Hold the breath in. And now seal the root lock, which are the muscles in your perineum, in your pelvic floor. Squeezing those muscles in and up, sealing the energy, letting it rise as you hold it gently yet firmly. Exhaling, releasing softly into stillness. Keep the eyes closed and look within. See what you notice inside your pranic body. What is the breath doing to you? Can you feel it? Can you sense it? Can you become so intimate with it that everything else disappears? Gently place your hands on the shoulders, the fingers pointing to the front and the thumbs to the back. We will twist the spine to squeeze that cerebrospinal fluid that can awaken us. Upper arms parallel to the floor, and we will twist to the left as we inhale and to the right as we exhale. Again, finding that rapid motion, any pace that suits for you. It can be faster than mine, it can be slightly slower than mine, but stick with the rhythm that you chose. Inhaling left, exhaling right, very powerful breathing. Keep the eyes closed, and as the eyes are closed, keep them rolled up into the third eye center, activating your point of intuition, the intuitive part of your psyche that will be your guidance when this is most needed. The breath is deep and powerful, and the Satnam is filling you up from the inside. Stay with that. A little bit longer. When it becomes really difficult, it becomes very powerful. And this is the most precious part of the practice. When you go through that challenge, then our expansion happens. Then we strengthen. Then we create deeper and wider edge. Then we crystallize our awareness. We crystallize our sense of self so that we can live that radiant full potential. Keep going. Few more seconds. Find very deep breath. Take a deep full breath in at the center. Hold it in. Pull the chin under. Roll the eyes to the third eye. Pull the root lock, the mula bandha, the muscles in between your pubic bone and two sit bones. Lift them gently in and up and let the energy rise under your precious, soft, graceful awareness. So still. Exhale. Keep the eyes closed and release the hands softly on the knees. Witness. What is it that you are made out of? Feel it deeply. Become so still. And gently, softly, coming back to the surface, opening the eyes. And we will move into the breathing practice where we're practicing how to hold the breath in a most efficient way. So the practice of breath hold is really fundamental practice in Kundalini Yoga and in yoga in general. And we hold the breath so that the blood can actually circulate in the lungs before the oxygen is touching it. And we want to learn a healthy habit of holding breath. So everything stops when you hold the breath. It is an opportunity for your emotions to slow down, to your reactions to slow down, for your thinking mind to slow down. Everything is vanishing into that more expansive field momentarily, and this is teaching you that higher purpose, higher source of life, becoming very intimate with the life in that state of pausing. And when we pause the breath, we don't want to force it. We don't want to strain or stiffen our body. We don't want to stiffen our face. We don't want to tense our tongue or our abdomen even. So the body is relaxed. So yes, there is a big force happening inside you and you make effort, but the effort is not aggressive, never aggressive. But the essence of you is always softness. And the Kundalini Shakti is really that feminine energy. So when we awaken that feminine potential in you, this is softness. It's not aggressive. It's really about doing everything inside that force, that more masculine force, with connection, with heart, with softness and grace. So when you hold that breath, release into your heart. Hold it softly, not going into the extremities, but gently inviting your edge to expand. So we'll place our hands in mudra, where the left fingers are pointing to the, up to the ceiling, and the right fingers pointing forward, the palm facing down. We will hook the thumbs, and we will place this composite polarity mudra into the heart center. Dropping the shoulders down, lifting the back of the neck, finding that tall, graceful sitting position. And then I invite you to just close the eyes and focus on the depth of your breath. And then let's begin by taking a deep, full breath in. Holding the breath at the top of the inhale. Hold it gently, preciously and softly, inviting the stillness to expand inside you. Exhale slowly, deeply and completely. Let the air to flow out through your nose. And hold the breath out when all the breath is pushed out. Hold it gently. For some of us, holding exhale is more challenging. For some of us, holding inhale is more challenging. So just stay there without analyzing anything. Take a deep breath in fully, completely. And hold the breath in. Become very still. And exhale slowly, softly. Let the air flow out. And hold the breath out at the very end of the exhalation. Hold it gently, reminding of that heartfelt softness that is taking care of you and holding you inside that gentle pressure that we're creating to our system here. Take a deep, full breath in. Fill the lungs. Hold the breath gently in. Exhaling fully and completely. Holding the breath out. And I'll let you practice on your own rhythm now. Hold the breath out as long as feels comfortable. Keep your eyes closed and stay focused. Holding the breath in and out as long as feels good and comfortable for you. Noticing that the longer we practice, the more the breath is soothing down. So every emotion has a corresponding breathing rhythm. And if we want to change the emotion, only thing we have to do is to change the breathing rhythm. So if you're angry or anxious, you often have very shallow breath. But if you're soft and relaxed and joyful, your breath becomes naturally deeper. And when we pause the breath, there is an opportunity for you to feel yourself through that pause, creating space. Through that space, you can fill yourself with compassion, with kindness, with clarity, with energy of expansion, with energy of peace, with energy that invites everything, all the reactions, all the emotions, all the hesitations, all the confusions, to slow down so that you can face these with awareness. Stay with the breath. Noticing if you can hold each round a slightly longer without putting you into an edge that you need to gasp the breath, but always with softness. If you want to add Mula Bandha into your breath hold, this is always a beautiful layer to add. If this feels like too much, then you can forget it. But the Mula Bandha is sealing the energy, using the muscles in the base of the spine, pelvic floor, to seal the energy that is usually flowing down, guiding it up. A little bit longer. When you next time inhale, hold that breath gently in as long as you can, as long as feels accessible. Everything quiets down. Your mellow, soft, expansive consciousness witnessing your reality, not trying to fix anything. When you need to exhale, you can release your hands slowly on your knees and just see if you notice the difference. And the beauty of this practice is that it works whether we notice it or not. And the more we do these practices, the more we crystallize our awareness so that we can start actually feeling them. And we can start verifying through our own experience that yes, we can actually change this energy environment inside us. And yes, it's actually beneficial for me. And then we will move into something more rapid breathing. So this is the breath of fire. This is more activating breathing. And why I want to introduce the breath of fire is because we use it a lot in Kundalini Yoga. And we really want to get a hold on that if we practice, if we decide to continue practicing this form of yoga, so that we can really get into the essence of the practice, into the core. So the breath of fire is stimulating the fire center. It's a rapid exhalation, forceful exhalation through your nose, and the inhalation is passive. So it's like sniffing into a tissue. Yes, so it looks like this. So every exhale, I pump the belly forcefully in. And inhalation, I don't even focus on the inhale. It takes care of itself naturally. And in the beginning, it's challenging, yes. It's supposed to be challenging, yes. We need something challenging because our system is so sticky, yes. Our frame that we are connecting to the world, to the reality, is stubborn. Yes, the mind is stubborn. The tendencies are stubborn. So we need something powerful to break those limitations and grow and expand and rise. So if it feels very challenging and you feel lightheaded, another very common thing to happen, you feel a little bit dizzy, completely natural. And then you might take a little break, completely okay, taking care of yourself always with that softness and kindness. Or you might breathe slightly slower, let's say 1 breath per second. So it would look like something like this. Or even slower. And then you can start speeding it up when it feels that you are ready for that and it feels comfortable. So let's have a little round of breath of fire. By just staying in a cross-legged position, you can place your hands anywhere that they feel comfortable. Keep the spine tall and close your eyes. And let's start practicing. Forceful exhale, passive inhale. Take a deep breath in to begin. Keep going. Keep the face really soft. Only the belly is bumping to the spine. Activating the metabolic organs. Activating the center of fire that gives you an extra edge of determination and courage. Few more seconds. Take a deep full breath in. Hold it. Pull the root lock, mula bandha, muscles in the perineum. Same muscles that you use when you're holding your pee. Guide the energy up through the crown of the head. Hold it. Very still. Very soft. Determined. Exhale, release. Become very still and see within. Timeless. Spaces awareness, filling yourself up. Clarifying the inner energy channels, the nadis, purifying your whole system with your awareness. And then we will do another round of Kapalbhati. And this time we will curl our fingers into the bats of the palms, sticking the thumbs out. The thumbs are representing our ego identity. And when we really separate them and stick them out, we wash them with that universal consciousness so that we can purify our identity away from the stickiness into more clarity and grace. And we will extend the arms up into 60-degree angle, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, grow tall through the spine, through the crown of the head, pull the chin slightly under. And we're going to hold this position here very powerfully. And we're going to start the breath of fire. Take a deep breath in to begin. Keep the arms straight, keep the elbows straight. Keep the breath steady in the rhythm that you chose. We're activating the higher brain here, the higher centers, waking up the flow of prana throughout the inner rivers. When we cleanse the inner rivers, they can flow effortlessly into that wide ocean of your consciousness. Keep going. Stay with dedication. Again, find a softness in the heart, but don't go too much into the softness so that you would give up immediately when the first impulse of giving up comes. It needs courage to stay here. It needs determination. It needs dedication. It needs commitment. Commit into it a little bit longer. Stay with it. Keep the eyes in the third eye center. Chant mentally the Satnam. Satnam, 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 Satnam. Disappear into it. Thirty more seconds longer. Stay with it. Find your edge and let it expand through your dedication. Powerful. Take a deep, full, conscious breath in as you stick the thumb tips together at the top of the head, extending the fingers up. Hold the breath in here. Mula Bandha, the root lock, the muscles of the perineum are pulled in and up. Everything becomes still. Exhale, slowly, softly, release the hands, let them land on your knees. Become empty, witness the inner sensations, witness the energy flow, clearing space, swim in that space of your consciousness, swim in your own pranic field. Find your radiance without form, without analyzing it. And gently, softly, you can come back to the surface. You can open your eyes. You can place your palms in prayer in front of the heart center. We will conclude our first class for this, and we will utilize this power of the breath in our next session where we dive deeper into our bodies. Thank you for joining me. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam.